With Roger Stone due to be sentenced on Thursday, an upcoming book on his case promises to reveal new leaked documents pertaining to the courtroom proceedings. One America's Jack Posobiec sits down with the book's author, Milo Yiannopoulos.
Very excited to welcome back to One America News Milo Yiannopoulos, who in his new role as court reporter and legal author at this point. Is that right?
I've come out of retirement to write a work of court reporting. That's right.
So tell me about this. You're writing a book. It's called The Trial of Roger Stone.
I was very disturbed and distressed to see the extraordinary fallout from the Mueller investigation on everybody associated with the president, because it seemed to me to illustrate something that's classically wrong with American public life and American politics, which is this wild, wacky mission creep across different branches of government that is just insanely unfair. And so you've got now you have this investigation, which in the first case was illegitimate, which found nothing, but which is now putting dozens of people at risk because of meaningless process crimes. The case against Roger was extraordinarily flimsy. He is a friend of mine, which I say in the book. And I've never in my life, what really got me fired up about it, sitting through the whole trial here in DC, is you hear about these right-wing conspiracy theory, kind of deep state stuff. I've never actually seen it with my own eyes before, and now I have. And it's the most horrifying thing I've ever seen. So I had to do a book on it.
So I also saw that in your book, you're going to be donating essentially all proceeds from the book to Roger's Defense Fund.
All my royalties, yes. I mean the
royalties.
The book is, the publisher of course takes it, but the book is an account of who Roger is, sort of the real Roger Stone. Sometimes he's done a good job of communicating the mythology of Roger Stone, but I'm going to give you a little insight into who the human being is behind it. A very compassionate and interesting character, somebody who definitely does not deserve to be in prison, serves no risk. So, he's definitely no risk to the public or anything like that.
Right, he certainly plays a character on TV. Through this process is the first time we started to see his family, his wife, his daughter.
Right. So I'm going to give you a little window into what Roger Stone's real world is like. And this is a world that's been ripped apart by a vindictive prosecution from people who have now quit in a hissy fit because they didn't get the absurdly long sentence recommendation from the Department of Justice that they were originally gunning for, that could cost him up to $3 million. And this is, let's remember, a politically motivated, vindictive, flimsy case against a guy whose greatest crime was tweeting in fact, "I will never testify against Donald Trump." That's Roger Stone's big crime. That's why he's been hauled into court. That's why they've had, dozens of FBI agents poring over every one of the 600 answers he gave, which, by the way, he gave not under subpoena, didn't have to do any of that, to try to find inconsistencies to construct a case that he was lying to Congress, because it sounds terrible, As for he's also up for this witness tampering allegation on the basis, and I've seen everything, I've seen all the evidence that they're trying to create this charge from, and it's literally just two guys being boisterous with one another, trading insults and goading and insulting each other in a way that every man does with his male friends. And they've tried to construct a charge of witness tampering out of this, just to really kind of to put the icing on or whatever. It's I've never seen with my own eyes, as I say. And this is, I talk about the actual experience of witnessing the trial a lot in the middle of the book. I've never seen a stitch up like this with my own eyes before.
And now we've seen new developments. You mentioned, of course, the prosecutors all resigning, but also information that's come out about the jury. The jury foreman has come forward. We've gone back and we've seen her tweets, extreme partisanship, tweeting about Roger Stone. In her questionnaire, we can only understand that, of course, she said to the judge that she had no bias. We can all look at her Twitter account and see the bias.
Well, there's material that I have acquired that it will be included in this book about the jury, about each individual juror in detail. I talk about the various things they claimed when they were getting inducted in this process, and the reality. And the reality is that out of a jury, supposedly of his peers, of 12 people, there are only two what you could call normal people who work normal jobs, somebody who works with their hands in a trade, has a regular job. Every single other one of the jurors, without giving too much away, is a creature of Washington, is as a husband who's a lawyer, best friend who works for the FBI. These kinds of peculiar combinations of extraordinary connection to the state, to law enforcement, to intelligence, to all this kind of, and it's 10 out of the 12 of them.
When is the book out?
March 1st, it will be available everywhere. It's available for pre-order now at stonetrial.com, or you can wait and get the audio from Amazon at March 1st.
The Trial of Roger Stone by Milo Yiannopoulos. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.